And all we're going to work on for a start is the landing on these stairs, okay? So the focus will be on the takeoff and the landing afterwards. Nice and quiet, nice and controlled on the ball of the foot. Anyone here know why we land the balls of the feet? What's the reason we land the ball of the foot? Control, balance. Why does it help? Yeah, some of the impact. If you just bounce on the spot now, it's a few times on the balls of the feet. Keep bouncing, guys. Give it a try. Okay, now try the same thing on your heels. It's not very comfortable, right? So exactly that reason. And all we're doing now is bouncing on the floor. So if you imagine that force multiplied by taking a drop, it would be a massive impact, right? Balls of the feet can absorb the impact much, much better. And it also means you have more control for the landing too. If I land the ball of the foot here, yeah, I can use my ankle here to here. If I land on the midfoot or the heel, I can't put my foot any lower than that. I can't adjust the actual landing itself. I can't bring my foot lower. Being in the ball of the foot means that can drop, and all that distance to play with to actually correct the landing. You'll be starting a few feet back from the stairs, and your partner's going to tell you which foot to push from. Okay. You're going to start with both feet together at the same time. You're only allowed 2 steps to begin with, okay? 2 steps. That's going to say left or right. Yeah. I have to react to that quite quickly. Whichever one he says will be the first foot I put forward. Okay? I'm only taking 2 steps, now I'm jumping to the stairs. Dustin can either say left or right. Right. I'll push right, left, and down here. The reason we're jumping over the first one is to get you guys into the habit of lifting your legs up. Okay? So you have to jump up rather than just pushing out. Okay? So we're going to go over the first step and the second one. And we'll reset, we'll switch around. Dustin, you ready? Left. So the next variation the guys are working on is just facing away from the original drill. So they're facing away from the stairs, and you have to turn either left or right. And the whole point is a quick reaction. So they have not time to think too much. If it's left, they turn to the left. If it's right, they turn to the right. And they go straight into the drill. And all we're trying to do is get to think a little bit faster and react to the landing a little bit quicker. So on the actual real jump on the bigger ones, you haven't got much time to think. You're in the air and you land. So it's just reacting to that a little bit quicker and getting them to think a bit faster. But it's working well. Everyone's getting the hang of it, I think. On the toes, you were kind of right up here, on the very, very top. Just the ball of the foot just behind the toes, right here. So when you land, you'll be landing here, rather than here. As last variation, we're going to add one more thing to it, okay? There's a lot to think about. That's the whole point of these drills, is quick thinking, okay? When you do a real running jump of a good size, with a big push, you haven't got much time in the air to think about it too much, okay? It happens very, very quickly. You push, you land. It happens very quickly. So reacting to those landing spaces in a short period of time is a really important thing to train, okay? So it's quick thinking in the air, quick thinking on the approach, and the faster you can think, obviously, the easier it will be to technique itself. Right? So 1 foot only on the floor to get back up. Right, so if I say left, it goes left and comes up. If I say right, it goes right and comes up. Okay? And the next 2 calls are exactly the same as before. So it will be left, left, right maybe. Or it could be right, right, left. So you can choose and mix it around. Okay? So the first call, you start here, and it's whichever foot you put on the ground first. Okay. Dustin, you ready? Right, right, left. Very good. Come back. Working on these landing drills like this, okay, even if it's a big space, even if these stairs are much, much wider, always aim for the very edge, okay? You're not just training for these situations here, for those specific steps, you're training for other situations as well, okay? So if you're going to land on a small, thin rail, for example, you have to be very, very precise. So for all these kind of drills we do, always work in the bare minimum space you can, okay? So even on these ones here, you've got a lot of space to land on the feet, right? Even though you're all landing on the balls of the feet, which is great, and it is nice and quiet, there's a lot of actual space you can land on here. So always try and land right on the very, very edge, not just because you're practicing on these stairs here, but practicing on different situations as well. So if you're landing on a very thin rail, your body's very used to judging that distance there and landing on the edge rather than using the whole space itself. Does that make sense? Yep. Okay.